Let me talk about unconscious bias by first explaining this idea of bias. So bias is a positive or negative belief about a particular category of people, and that's usually in a way that's considered to be negative. So note that it's both positive and negative. We can be positively biased or prefer people who have any of these traits here, but we can also be negatively biased towards them as a result of their traits. But what about unconscious bias, or implicit bias as it's sometimes known? Well, this is bias that we're unaware of, and it's automatic, and it can lead to poor decision-making. And it's that poor decision-making bit that we're really concerned with when it comes to the workplace. Let me give you an example. This is my identical twin, Deborah Searle. I don't know why I've put an arrow there. She's obviously not the queen, who's the lady in the middle. When my sister was about 27, she was appointed to this board of directors. Certainly the youngest, and clearly the only female. The Queen's not on the board, they were just in her house for the day. Prior to the first board meeting, they decided it might be nice if they met for coffee first, in Buckingham Palace, where they had their meetings. Deborah got all her confidence up and went in and held out her hand to the first director. And he handed her his coffee cup and turned away. He thought she was one of the waiting staff. Now, obviously, as her sister, I found this absolutely hilarious. And then for the next year, every time I finished my cup of coffee, I would hand it to her. The question is, what was going through his mind at that moment? And the answer is not very much, or maybe too much. You see, we know that about 7 to maybe 11 million bits of information hit our brains at any one moment. And then we can actively process maybe 40 or 60 bits. So the vast majority of our thinking, probably at least 99% of it, is unconscious.